किस चीज के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तुम?
सर ऑयल इंडिया लिमिटेड इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर पोस्ट।
अच्छा, आज कौन सा सवाल का स्नैप देना चाहते हो?
सर पावर सिस्टम।
पावर सिस्टम। पहली
यस
चीज ये बताओ कि ऑयल सेक्टर में ये पावर सिस्टम सिनेरियो का क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है?
sir, in any industry, any oil industry, there is a work of exploration and production in especially in terms of oil India. It is an exploration and production company, and for any exploration or digging of wells, oil wells, we require motors, and hence there comes the role of electrical engineer in it. For the operation of motor, a whole system has to be set up because its own personal grid needs to be set up so that a reliable power supply can be given to these motors and other associated equipments that will be used in the industry. If it is also refining it, then also various other electrical equipments would be needed, and hence a proper connection needs to be established. For that purpose, power system and an electrical engineer is a necessity.
अच्छा, एक चीज बताओ, पावर
Yes, sir.
सिस्टम नेसेसरी है, ठीक है, तो पावर सिस्टम में जैसे कौन से मेजर फॉल्ट आते हैं?
Sir, there are two types of faults that are in the power system: series fault and shunt faults. But the most severe and most frequently occurring fault is the LG fault. It is a type of unsymmetrical fault. And
ओके, मान लेते हैं
yes, sir.
मान लेते हैं किसी मोटर में फॉल्ट आई, ठीक है।
Yes, sir.
अब मेरे को ये बताओ, हाउ विल यू नो कि कौन सी फॉल्ट आई? मान लीजिए तुमने एक सप्लाई दिया है, कोई तुम्हारा कन्वेयर सिस्टम है या कोई भी सिस्टम है जो मोटर से ऑपरेटेड है, राइट? तो उस मोटर चल नहीं रही है,
Yes, sir.
वो कैसे पता चलेगा कि कौन सा फॉल्ट है?
Sir, basically the fault analysis is done using the sequential networks. So uh, we have to use the sequence network analysis for identification, I think. I'm not sure about it, sir.
क्लियर नहीं हुआ सीक्वेंस नेटवर्क, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय सीक्वेंस नेटवर्क?
Sir, in case of unbalanced system, we solve it by using the sequence network as given by the Fortescue theorem. All any unbalanced system can be resolved into any n phasor unbalanced system can be resolved into n minus 1 balanced phasors and 1 zero sequence phasor. So that's what we do to make the unbalanced system as a balanced system and solve it.
Okay, Puneet, listen.
Yes,
You
sir.
have, you have talked about the balance and balance one.
Yes, sir.
For the system to be balanced and for the system to be stable, right?
Yes,
In the
sir.
in the in the case of power generation plant, what are the components that make the system stable, and what are the components that make the system unstable, or that take the system lead to unstable? Take the
Okay.
consideration take the consideration of all the safety measure regarding the safety, regarding the stability.
Okay. Sir, basically, stability means that ability of any system to come back to its normal position upon experiencing some kind of disturbance.
Hmm.
So, what happens is we want a system to be stable means considering the safety considerations, we need to take the ratings ratings of the system for or ratings of equipments and insulations in such a manner that even after a permissible level of fault, they do not break down. For example, insulation must be taken at least that much rating, so that even if there is temperature rise, it won't burn out and works fine. And circuit breaker should be that rating that it must operate. Um, uh, it must be able to operate for high fault currents, and relay should be designed in such a manner that it must be able to sense the minimum of the least of the fault current value.
Tell you one thing.
Yes, sir.
When we talk about the relay, right?
Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
are
sir.
very many answers about how the relays should operate and what are the consequences if the relays are not operating. Take the case
Mm,
when relay is mal operated, right?
okay.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
In that
Sir,
case,
mm,
in that case, if the relay is mal operated and take the relay as a negative sequence relay, right, which senses the direction. Or that directional relay, mainly directional relay.
yes, sir.
So in that case, uh, does our system become as how the system lead to unstable if our direction relay fail?
Sir, there are first of all about the relays. The operating principle is different for different types of relay, and it might be a current actuated relay or a voltage based relay. And there are other principles of operation like electromagnetic induction and spring damper systems. So that is the working of the relay. If relay is mal operated because of some reason, and especially in the case of directional relay, then it won't be able to sense which direction the fault has occurred and which circuit breaker has to be opened. And because of that problem, it might give the signal to the wrong circuit breaker to be opened, which will break the circuit definitely, but that won't be able to solve the problem. And for this to overcome this sort of situation, there are two kinds of protection: primary and backup protection. In case the primary protection fails to protect the system from that fault, so backup protection comes into picture and do the needful.
Okay, last question.
Yes, sir.
What is the need to study the load flow, right?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, let's just answer this question.
Okay, sir. Sir, load flow basically is studied so that we can do the designing or scheduling of generators. Like we get to know that how much amount of power needs to be given for to a particular area, and the probable protection devices that needs to be installed based on the amount or capacity that particular area is drawing. And hence the load flow studies needs to be done. And apart from this purpose, there is this practical application. The other thing is to know the ratings of the protective equipments to be installed. That this is the reason, sir.
Puneet, listen, your interview is over. I'm giving you some suggestion regarding answering.
Okay, okay, sir.
Puneet, yeah, your knowledge is good. Way for expression is also good. Attitude toward the question is good. But the problem is lies in your explanation. You explain too much. Okay, try to
Okay,
stick to the question, not deviate around the questions. Whatever I ask the question, irrespectively of answering that question, you said all the material irrelevant of the question. Sometimes it is relevant, but the thing is that please concentrate on the question that that the interviewer has asked you,
Okay,
right?
sir. Okay,
In the first question, what I have asked and the what the answer that you have given. Please listen this recording, okay? One or two time. You will know what are the problems you have. When is your interview?
sir, date has not been given as of yet.
Okay, no problem. Please try to improve this, right?
Yes, sir.
Stick to the base. What is the question? What is the answer? Right? It's not the UPSC interview that you explain all the thing. It's a PSU interview.
Yes, sir.
In the in the UPSC you have to quote the different society scenario and the case that has occurred and the government schemes. But
Yes, sir.
it is not like that. Okay, this interview is only 15 to 10 to 15 minutes hardly, right?
Sir. Okay, sir.
Hmm. So it's just like the written examination. If you waste your time while answering one question, the other question you will left out. Just the case of the interview, right?
Okay, sir. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would